some of stuff, because it's everywhere and depression is like such a common term used, I feel like that can put it into kids' heads that normally wouldn't have thought that. And I'm not saying every single one is that way. I feel a lot of those are justified. That's not my right to say that. But at the same time, it's like, if depression wasn't as talked about, or anxiety, or being anxious, I don't feel like people would be as anxious.
I mean, I'm totally going to buy into that. And I'm sure we'll get pushback from others who might listen to this and go, you're out of your fucking mind. The drugs really help.
No,
and I'm sure
I bet they do.
But I'll tell you what, in my day, the answer would have been, work harder, stop thinking about yourself, go do some work for the next door neighbor, go rake this guy's yard, get up earlier, try harder, et cetera, et cetera. Get out of it. Go run, go do something. And so you weren't...
It's not easy. That's hard.
No, but
That's
you
very
weren't
hard
really...
to do.
But had we had a doctor that would prescribe something that would take the edge off and make you feel a little better, of course we would have used it, but it wasn't available. Yeah, you either just gutted it out and did the best you could, and a lot of times you're miserable. But to be fair, sometimes these other methods did help you. Going to work harder at something, taking your mind off of it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not saying that doesn't help. And the other thing that my generation, what a lot of parents did, if the kid really was in some kind of emotional trouble, they would go talk to a school counselor or something, or a pastor, or somebody that was trusted by the family, and then that was it. That was it. That was the road. You get to that, and that was it. There's nothing else. So you got the most out of it you could, and then the rest of it is you live with it. So, yeah, I knew some kids, and then if it was a kid was really in trouble, well, hell, they sent them to military school. I mean, that's all.
And then what would be the outcome of that situation when they got sent to military school? Would they come back and be changed? Or would they come back kind of emotionless? Would they come back like...
I only knew 4 or 5 that went through that. So I'm no big expert. But they ended up living a life. Did they come back happy? No. Did they come back, some kind of crazy person? No. They came back more mature, sort of like going to the Army at 17. And I knew some whose parents said, he can go. We'll give you permission, even though he's not old enough. And, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to say that it was harder choices. I'm not suggesting that's the fix. But that was, if the counseling or the counselor or the pastor couldn't help this kid find some peace, then you had these other pretty harsh options, and that was it. I mean, it was kind of, they talk about the good old days and all that. It's so bad. I mean, that whole Happy Days deal, it's a fantasy.
What are you talking about?
I just mean that it was just glorious and everybody's sock hopping and
it wasn't.
Drinking. No.
No.
Did any of that stuff happen? Sure. Did guys drive a Corvette and see a pretty blonde girl and pull her over and take her out? Yeah. But
there were so many bad things. There were tough things about it at the same time. It was not all perfect.
It wasn't a soft time.